We've looked at sending our template as the body of the email itself, which we did with the option include letter in email. But what if we want to send our templates as the attachment instead? This we do under the second option called include letter as attachment, PDF. With this option selected, our template will be saved as a PDF attachment to a newly generated email. Note that when I click on this, some new options appear. We have a subject block and an email message block. To understand this, let's look at an overview of the process. So here I have my template that will end up being the PDF attachment. So we have an attachment, but what about the actual email? How does Patricia know which email body and subject to use? So just sending a template as an email attachment is not enough. We also need to, on the attachment template, define which subject and what body will be used. Right now we have no subject or body defined. So let's send this template and see how it appears. Notice first that when we choose our attachment template, this defaults to include letter as attachment, which is correct. When generated, we can see our template content. But when we click Print Send Email, our attachment appears in the attachment area as a PDF, but there is no body or subject. So, let's add a subject and a body to be used. Go back to template creation and to the email properties page. In the first block, we define what subject text should be used. If I click on the small icon right here, I have two options to choose from. The first is TXT mode, which allows us to enter the subject text directly using the letter codes shown here. And then we have RTF mode, which allows us to select a subject template that we created previously. We discussed these options in detail in the previous video, so please refer to that if you want a more detailed explanation. So let's add in my subject using TXT mode. But now we need to define the body, and it works on exactly the same principle. I'll click on the icon to access the options. Here I also have a TXT mode and an RTF mode with the exact same functionality as described before, but for now we'll only work in TXT mode. So I'll add in my body text in the block provided. Now click Save. Both blocks are filled in. My email will generate with the template as the PDF attachment and use this block as the subject text and this block as the body text. So let's see this in action. Great, it looks as expected. Now let's use the RTF option instead of TXT. Go back to your email properties. Click on the subject button and choose RTF mode. Click on the drop-down and we have an option listed here that we created in a previous video. I'll choose this and click OK. Next, click on the email message button and choose RTF mode. In the drop-down here, we do not see any options. This is because we have not created a body email template. So let's do this now. Create a brand new template as per normal and enter all your details. Remember that we are creating a different type of template, specifically an email body template. This means the template type needs to change. Click on the drop-down and choose email body. Click Open Document and enter the body content. Now click Save. Our body template is done, so let's hook this up to our attachment template. Go back to the email properties on your attachment letter and go to the RTF dropdown. Here we see my newly created body email. Choose it and save. Now let's generate the attachment template. Perfect, the email looks exactly the way we want. One last thing to note. You can see my attachment was named Document ID TM012, which is perhaps not ideal. This is where the file name field on the document properties will be used. Go to your document properties and look at the file name field. Text entered here will be used as the attachment name when generated. So I will enter the text important notification and save. And let's generate my email again. The attachment is now named more appropriately because of the change we made.